After such a long time, I decided to play a classic of the game. I decided to go back 16 years and play Assassin's Creed the first part again. I don't know why, with so many games available to us today at such low prices, I decided to bring back the nostalgia of gaming again, since we can't go back, but the feeling certainly can. I'll just say this: Sony PlayStation 3, Assassin's Creed game and Summer Vacation, what do you think had a stronger feeling than this one? This was a nice memory, but how does it feel to play Assassin's Creed Part 1 today in the year 2023? To be honest, when I decided to play it again, I wanted it to be on PC, but I couldn't find it anywhere under $20, which is a bit expensive for such an old game, but luckily I have an Xbox Series S, and the new gen Xbox has support of old games, that is the classics, and bought with Assassin's Creed the game for less than $4. What is even better than everything, the game supported 60 frames per second. I installed the game and started. The first thing that is the weirdest thing of all in the game itself that I didn't realize at the time, bro, I was kidnapped by a mad scientist and sent through a time capsule to solve some mysteries and unfinished questions. The beginning of the game for today's standard is creepy, reminds me a bit of the game Control, where you just don't know what's next. The whole game takes you through the events of a disagreement with your assassination team where you are denied in every way, and you get a chance to regain the honor and reputation of your name, Altair ibn Laad, but let's just say Altair. Your mentor gives you an offer that you can't refuse in order to survive, and that's where the adventure of Altair through the Holy Land starts. The primary parts of your missions are to kill the big heads in the game to save the big war, or let's say the cataclysm that follows. That's where the mixing of all living nations, but most of all the Knights Templar. My God, they were the only ones who annoyed me throughout the game. Basically the story is okay, but most of all I like the dialogues you have with the elements while playing, all those animations and reactions. The game itself is not just about destruction where everything is adrenaline without any explanation, so the game focuses on the given part that you cross, you struggle a bit, but then there is that dialogue that really interests you to listen to it. All the events of the game take place in two cities that you travel on your horse, or that is any horse you find on the street. It will be a bit confusing on the map while you orient yourself where you need to go and what you need to do to have the map revealed. I got stuck there many times because I just didn't know where I was supposed to go, and it seems like I was going around in circles nonstop. Let's talk a bit about the combat. Well, I really don't have anything to say. The combat in the game is really interesting. You will have a little trouble until you master the controls, movements, and the weapons you use, but once you learn, you will be able to easily kill half a battalion of the army without any problems. The animations are really fantastic, don't get me wrong, this is a 16-year-old game, but bro, the feeling is awesome. Direct attacks, surprise attacks, really I had a blast, so I was never bored when it came to combat in the game. We certainly won't forget what makes the Assassin's Creed game unique, and that is the power of climbing and jumping. God, I don't think any game will ever be as well done as jumping is better than Spider-Man. Every time he jumped he would feel like a little kid on a slide. But we talked a lot about exciting things. Maybe someone will even ask the question, what are the flaws of this game? Are there any? Of course there are some, but I will list these as the things that annoyed me the most. So where do I start? And what annoyed me the most was that when I want to start climbing one of the buildings, my character simply goes crazy and jumps to the other side and bounce off the wall, jump on the nearest resident or person, and immediately start the game process of I'm a thief and the guards are everywhere, and then the fight starts and then you run away without stopping. Sometimes it can take up to 15 minutes. The next item was no matter how slowly I move, as soon as you touch someone, they immediately start to fall and act like you wanted to kill them. And the biggest flaw of the game, Altair doesn't know how to swim, so is that possible? Obviously it is. I often got stuck in some parts of the map where I couldn't unlock anything until I found a high point so I could see the other part of the map and pass. But well, it's not that hard considering you can easily jump down after your favorite part of the Assassin's Creed game. The game can get a little repetitive after a while, but no big deal. There are always additional events that cover it up a bit. But my God, the game is old, and I still think even by today's standards that everyone should try it. This is a truly unique classic, and if someone hasn't played, a tryout is mandatory. And now finally, what are your impressions of the game and have you played it yet? If so, leave a comment below in the section and we'll see you in the next video.